Hello, Pisces Collective. Welcome, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. My name is Simone, and my channel is Fool's Journey, and we're going to do a tarot reading for you today, and we'll pull some oracle cards as well. So let's begin. I hope you all are having a good week. It is very hot here. I might melt through the reading, but just observe and laugh. It's like, oh, yay. I'm having my hot flashes. All right. So whenever I cleanse the deck and bless the deck, all right, so let's begin. Let me get my glasses so I can see. So first up is the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Nine of Cups. Gosh, y'all getting a lot of cups. All right, let's see what is pulling underneath here. We've got the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. And the overall energy for the read is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords here. So, all right, let's begin. So the Ace of Swords is your overall energy. You can see this owl is kind of lifting up, has a crown on her head, and she's pulling up and away, carrying this heavy ace. It looks like she's pulling the ace up through like brambles, like a big briar bush, or just twigs and kind of a thicket of of wood. This is, a gift. The Ace of Swords to me is kind of a gift of clarity. It's represented with a big sword coming down from the heaven, and I see it kind of as a lightning bolt hitting you and clearing all the cobwebs out and of your head, and you're just like, wow, oh, now I see the real picture. Or so it's clarity. And here you could see that the sword is glimmering in the midnight, in this thicket of brambles, but the sword is just illuminated, and you've got the crown on her head. And the sword is all about our thoughts, our fears, our our brain, our energy, our intellect. And sometimes when you get the Ace of Swords, it can be a positive or kind of be a negative, because sometimes you might be in the clouds and in daydreaming or whatever, or in confusion, and this brings clarity and light, like immediately, like a strike of lightning. And sometimes you don't want to see what the message is, because you've been kind of trying to avoid it, just like, oh, I'm confused, or I don't know what's going on. And then when you get this, you're like, oh, now I know what's going on. You have to deal with it. So, or it can also be a positive thing. Let's say you've been working on something and nothing's kind of, nothing is clicking or connecting, and all of a sudden you get this bolt of lightning going, da-da, and you're like, oh, that's what I was missing. This is what I needed. God, how did I not see that? It was right in front of my face. So it can be negative or positive, but it is, a seed. It's been brought to you. It's a gift, and it's usually a gift from up above, just to clear the clouds, the cobwebs, and gain some clarity. So obviously you're going to gain some clarity here in this read, and in the following week you'll get something is going to just make total sense to you. So let's begin. We've got to start off with is our recent past. You've got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, you can see here she's standing by looks like a beautiful, like, bush or a flowering bush with lots of flowers or fruit on it. And she's gazing up to the star, and there's a ladder heading up to the stars and the moon. The stars represent kind of brightness shining the spotlight on you, and then the moon can be your intuition, and maybe the answer isn't quite there yet. The answer is yet to come, and you have to pull in from your intuition. But she's sitting here, and she's obviously spent a lot of time and waiting for this bush to bloom its pentacles, which is all the earthly goods. And she's probably, you see her back, so she's staring up, wondering, was it all worth it? Is it worth all the work and effort I put in? And that could be with your family, with a relationship, a friendship, a love relationship, work or career. Usually the thought is all the work I put in worth it? Am I going to see the rewards? And this card is about patience and perseverance. You are, if you can just hold out, you're going to see the reward. So just don't give up. Just, you put so much into it. And, here she can climb up that ladder, and she's going to reach the stars. I mean, that if she can just hold on, things, her work will pay off. Just don't give up. It could be actually, successful. We don't know exactly what it's going to be, but the moon is up there saying that, the answer will be revealed, but you've got all the stars in the sky too. So this is, your hard work is going to stick with it, persevere, be patient, is kind of the energy of this card. And Pentacles is earth energy, so that could be the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So it could represent someone in your universe that is one of those signs, or it can represent your energy. So read it as, use your intuition to see how it fits in your world, and leave the rest. So moving on to your present. Your present is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, you can see it's kind of about maybe pain and loss, frustration. Maybe you worked on something and it didn't work out, so the cups are spilt, and you're kind of upset that, oh my gosh, the cups have spilt over. What do I have now? And she doesn't realize that, look, there's a clock there, which means time keeps moving. Things are, time heals wounds. And she's got a window, a beautiful open window with a breeze blowing in, the breeze of change. So things are going to come in, and she's not looking at it because she's sitting there staring at these three cups, and she's not appreciating everything else she's got, or what could come. Because sometimes you have to, if a cup spills and breaks, the glass breaks, you throw away the glass, and then you'll find another glass, or use something else to put your wine or whatever, your cup, your passions, your emotions in. So she's stuck right here, just crying over the spilt milk, which we all need to do, but just don't overdo it, because you're missing out. Look, at the wind is blowing in with freshness and air, and the clock is just moving. So time, this too shall pass. So, don't worry, and, persevere. This is a card of perseverance and patience. Things are going to look up. And then, look what we've got here. We've got the Nine of Cups. This person, he's, got everything going on. He's got 9 cups. He's sitting in his chair looking, with his cravat on, looking, Mr. Worldly, Mr. Intuition, worldly. He's got his Aladdin's lamp there with a heart on it. So, he's got it going on. He looks like he's very wealthy. He's living the life of leisure. He's very content. And he's got, all these cups hanging over him, just like, he can just reach up and get this one or that one. And he's got Aladdin's lamp right there. So, any wish he wants seems to come true. He is living in comfort and abundance. So this could be you. You could go, you're worried about these 3 little cups, but you could be moving on to the 9 of Cups, where you're living in peace, love, abundance. I mean, how nice is that? And especially if you take your time, put the hard work in, and then wait, be patient, persevere, and things can look up, and these stars will start shining bright in the sky. So that is that's a very positive read. And you've got the clarity that's overhanging this whole thing. You're going to get something is going to come to light, and you're going to wake up, and it could be very positive. So moving on, you've got the Eight of Cups underneath the Seven of Pentacles. So the Eight of Cups sometimes is also kind of walking away, uh, walking towards something else. Um, she's this person. She's got all these cups behind her, and there's some good things in the cup. They all look full. There's, and she's kind of staring at the star in the night, going. It's kind of a card of saying, well, what else is there? I need something else. This just job isn't fulfilling me. This relationship isn't fulfilling me. I've given it so much, and I'm ready for an adventure. I'm ready to move ahead, move on. She's got the starlight guiding her. She's ready just to leave all this and take nothing with her. She has no bags, nothing, and just go on, just follow the North Star, like Jesus. Like the I don't know what do you call them now, Jesus, the ones that brought the incense, frankincense, myrrh. I forgot what they were called, but anyway. But she has to follow her heart. She's following the stars. She's willing to leave everything behind. She's just kind of done. While this person here is sitting here wallowing in three little cups that spilled, and not realizing that there's more to life out there, and things, good luck is going to come her way. The wind is blowing in with change, and the clock. And this person here is willing to walk away from everything because they're not fulfilled, and move on to something. And and guess what comes after? If after the Eight of Cups comes the Nine of Cups, where you're sitting in full abundance, and you've got everything, you're sitting pretty, but to get to that, you have to maybe leave some things behind. And you know or it could be this, it could relate to this, the Seven of Pentacles, where she's being waiting patiently. She's waiting patiently, and let's say this person is taking off and is leaving everything behind. Not everything's going to happen right away. It's going to be a long journey, so you do have to be patient and persevere, because when you drop everything, you're basically starting from ground zero. So you do have to you're going to have to be patient and persevere and work hard. You're going to have to put the work in to, especially if you're going to make a big move like this. But the reward could be this Nine of Cups here in your possible future. I mean, that's, not that far away. Underneath, moving on, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about, morals. Do it. If you're going to do something, do it the right way. Learn. It's a card of learning and morals and institutions. Do it with conviction, um, and take your time, and glean the knowledge you need to do it, and do it in the right way. Do it in the right way. Don't just half-ass do this or that here or there. Really commit. And that is what the Hierophant, this is and this is commitment. And you will get, he's pointing up to the sky. He will get, the higher spirit, it's will give this blessing. So this is, someone giving their blessing uh, to you, and from above, and just saying, stick to the moral road. Stick to the rules, and put the learning in, put the hard work in, and so you're in a position to help others as well, and teach them. So you're either the student or the teacher here, but do it in the right way. Do it in the right way, that will make you proud, and will build a stable foundation for you. And maybe that's what happened here, is whatever she was doing or starting, she didn't do it, the energy wasn't right, she didn't put the right work into it, and it came crashing down. But you can always rebuild it. Don't cry over spilt milk. It's done. Good things are, it's a way to just to pick up the pieces and move on. And if you do, you could get that Nine of Cups. And the High Priestess here under the Nine of Cups is all about, we don't know. The High Priestess is kind of a neutral card. You don't really know. It's not a yes, no. We don't really know what the answer is, but she's high, she's got the answer in her head, and she's getting the answers from above, which is meaning intuition. She's gleaning the messages from a higher power, and she's in control of those messages. She's not really letting you know what the picture is yet, but she's got the picture. She knows all the truths, and she's writing them down. She knows what's going on, but she's not letting you on about what is happening quite yet. But if you delve into your intuition and your higher power and your higher spirit, the answers will come to you. But not, she kind of holds the key. She's kind of holding the key of knowledge too. But it's a different knowledge. This is the knowledge of the world, and this is your inner knowledge. So they're kind of yin and yang, but the same thing. It's the knowledge of learning. This is the knowledge of your inner sanctum and the spirit above. This is about institutions, learning, teaching, be willing to live the moral life too. If you're going to do something, do it, in with the best intentions, is basically that. So anyway, what a nice read, and it looks like you could have a great outcome. Just persevere, and don't sweat the small stuff, because good stuff is coming. So let's see what the advice is. See what the advice is for you. The advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. All right, so the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, that is all about, this person, he's made a choice. He's been learning, and he is growing. It's fire energy. He has got the fire. He's already on the road. He's past the page. The pages usually are the underlings that they learn. They're the apprentices that learn from the knight. So this knight, he's bringing an offer, and the offer is knowledge and intuition and creativity. He The knights are, they're inspiring, they're creative, they're intuitive, they know how to build upon things. They're the ones that start something from scratch, come up with a great idea, and see it through to the end, and are very successful, very very people are drawn to their light. And they permeate a beautiful light and energy. And this is the fire signs again, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this could be someone in your life that's guiding you and spurring you on with that fire of creativity, or it could be your energy. But it's a lovely energy. It's a very positive energy. And we'll have we will have a little fortune cookie, and this says positive work outcomes. Positive work outcomes. So that's amazing. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. So here we go. This connects with the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about hard work that's eventually going to pay off. The efforts are going to bring rewards, and the rewards could be that Nine of Cups here, the Nine of Cups. And you walked away, and you're going to have a journey ahead of you, but it's going to bring amazing things for you. And you've got the knowledge of the High Priestess using the intuition, and you've got the Hierophant's energy, which is all about being a teacher and learning, and being a student, and building on a strong foundation of morals and institution, and getting messages from above. So this seems amazing for you. I hope you enjoyed this Pisces collective, and I hope you'll consider coming back and seeing me and spending time with me. My name is Simone, and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing. And I hope you have a great week. Stay cool and stay safe, and come back and see me. Thank you so much.